All right, guys, prepare yourself for another episode of Talking Through the Medias. And we are going to today talk about the Razzies. We're going to talk a little bit about a few trailers, Lightyear, Firestarter, for example. Charlie Cox was on an interview telling us exactly how he feels about the MCU, and Dwayne Johnson has to do a little backpedaling right here on Talking Through the Media. So let's get started, guys.
T3 Media.
And welcome back to another episode of T3 Media's Movie News by movie fans. I'm your host, Chris Fagan, and this is the weekly show where we come together as fans to talk movies, TV, trending topics, and share our thoughts in a positive community. And talking with us today is the one and only, she's back, Amy Newman. Hey, Amy, how you doing?
I'm great, Chris. Thanks for having me.
And also joining us is Daniel, cosplay himself, Mr. Cosplay.
Yes.
Daniel.
Hello, everyone.
Guys. All right, guys, let's get into it. A segment that I always joke that Amy did not like the name of it, but I'm gonna stop saying that because I feel like she's about 5 seconds away from punching me in the back of the head. Spotlight. It's not gone, but I've changed the name of it. I changed his name to this segment called, I'm calling it Real Quick. Like I'm like the king of play on words here. So it's REEL quick. So real quick, because that's something I say a lot. So real quick. So I'm like, officer, real quick. Let me tell you what happened. The reason why I was speeding was because I didn't think I was going to get caught. So that's just me, like real quick. So real quick, we're going to talk about trending topics, breaking news, and I'm going to try to keep it in 5 seconds. I'm going to have a timer. So we're going to have this whole conversation within 5 minutes. Hopefully we won't run out of time because we got a lot to talk about as far as the Oscars. So real quick, the Razzie Awards. Guys, okay. Every year we get the Oscars. We hear about the latest in that's the wrong lower third. Anyway, I'll fix that later. We hear about the upcoming Academy Awards, but before that, we're also going to get the Razzies, which are the worst movies of the year. And the thing that I found out that was happening this year was in the Razzies is that Bruce Willis is getting his own like category. There's like 8 movies that's just dedicated to him.
Was that this year?
That's happening this year. I think it's happening before the Oscars.
Here's always my thing with the Razzies. I want to feel bad, but then it's like, my dude made 8 movies in a year. Like, even if they all suck, like, he's still making that money, you know?
Right.
I mean,
it's why I don't feel bad laughing at actors when they suck.
But I heard he's not even memorizing scripts. He's just got an earpiece and and they're just feeding him the lines. He's like you said, he's just cashing in the checks. I'm like, yeah. I'm about to pull it up because I want to pull up some of these names and try to get your guys. Have any of you guys been watching Bruce Willis lately? Like, what's going on?
I kind of forgot about him, if I'm being honest.
Besides the Glass movie, not really.
Like, that was the last time you saw
Bruce Willis in a movie, yeah.
That might have been the last time I saw Bruce Willis in the movie. I'm pulled it up here. Let me see if I got it up here. Real quick. I know I'm supposed to be within 5 minutes, but this deserves from the rap. I know where it's at. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. There it is. It's a special category, worst performance by Bruce Willis in 2021. Here it is. Real quick. Now you see why I changed it to that real quick. We have Bruce Willis, American Siege. Bruce Willis, Apex. Bruce Willis, Cosmic Sin. That sounds interesting. Bruce Willis, Deadlock. Bruce Willis, Fortress. Bruce Willis, In a World Where It's Midnight in the Switchgrass. Okay. Bruce Willis, Out of Death. That is the dumbest title I've ever heard in my life. And finally, Bruce Willis, Survive the Game.
Ooh.
Any of these movies sound interesting to anybody here?
I'm a little Cosmic Sin. I feel like if I saw that in the romance section of Barnes and Noble, I'd just
that one kind of intrigued. I heard it in your voice. You're like, ooh.
That's not sexy aliens, I'm turning it off.
But also in the news, I just thought it was like super funny that Bruce Willis got his own category.
My big Razzie win was just Jerod Leto getting a nomination for House of Gucci. I really, really hated him in that movie. Like it angered me in a way so few things have, like in a film.
The House of you still on Jerod Leto.
You could tell he went to his trailer every night.
He did it again. You know, I always bring John Campy up all the time, but again, he said it again on his show today because he is Italian. He says that he and every Italian family that he knows, there is an uncle like that. There is that uncle. It's either a direct uncle or a great uncle.
He is unsettling in that movie. I had a friend say he looked like the My Pillow guy in the Polar Express, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Sidebar, real quick. How awesome is it that we can wear our headphones here? I got new headphones.
Daniel has been upgraded,
and we can me and Daniel don't have to share headphones here. So he's got his headphones. Feels very professional over here.
Right.
As I try to change I'm not trying to change the subject on what Amy was.
Yeah, no, she was saying something about him going back to his trailer. What was that?
Oh, just that you could tell he I've never seen a movie where I was so certain that the actors were going back to their trailers and just being like, I'm so good. Like you could tell he thought everything.
He's a method actor.
What?
He's a method actor though, isn't he?
Method acting bullshit.
I love that sound effect.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt. It's kind of how I felt about watching Dark Phoenix back in 2019.
Which one?
Dark Phoenix in 2019.
About the bad acting, or
just just the whole movie was off. Like you had what's his name, James McAvey. He tried to stand up in one scene.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're paralyzed. You shouldn't be trying to stand up. It's like there's a lot of bad things happen in that movie. It was like
there's bad movie, and then there's masturbatory.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I gotta watch it. I gotta watch House of Gucci, and I will. And I will fix this background. Daniel's been trying to tell me dude, the background is
not right.
When either the logo or the Roku is going to be on the background.
It makes me feel like I just woke up because the only time that Roku thing's going
when you go to sleep, don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you. No, you didn't keep the TV on all night. If I just randomly in the middle of the show go, what time is it? That's why. Yeah, I just got Roku right here. I will fix that. Sorry, I will put the logo on real quick. But real quick, what was another Lightyear? I did a reaction to it. I did a reaction to Lightyear. Yeah. I recorded it. I watched it today, and what are your thoughts real fast on Lightyear? Who wants to go first?
I said it looks interesting. So but where is he? This is a different world or what?
I have a theory.
It's not the Buzz.
It's not Buzz.
It's not the Buzz Lightyear toy. It's the toy was based on.
Okay.
4 movies they've never mentioned existed.
Right.
Daniel, did you think that they hired a toy to go into outer space? Like they got the toy.
I feel like he was from a different world.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought. He's actually just a toy world.
Now that my adventures with Andy and Woody are over, let's go to space.
Well, I feel like it's maybe a prequel to Toy Story. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. Woody fucked off to travel the world.
Right.
That is, you know what? That is a good point. Woody goes off to go rescue discarded toys. Buzz gets to go to space and do real adventures and stuff like that. That's kind of
he becomes Pinocchio. He becomes a real person.
Yeah.
He actually becomes.
Oh, let's not. Me and Amy talked about that last week. Let's not rehash that. I want to be a real boy. Oh God. Father. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, the trailer is cool though. It looks like a fun watch. So I was just.
Here we go. She's gonna do the Pinocchio voice again.
The trailer felt charmless in a way that didn't excite me.
You didn't like that cat?
Epic, but it didn't feel particularly charming. But and I am a pretty diehard Pixar fan.
Mm-hmm.
the trailers for those movies rarely impress me.
True.
Like, I feel like the number of Pixar movies where I've gone in going, the trailer looked kind of weird, but the movie blew me away. I will give it a solid chance. I'm not sold on the concept, and the trailer just didn't feel like, I don't know what to expect. It feels too big and broad and grand and epic.
I just see Captain America.
Oh, with Chris Evans being the voice of it?
I mean, yeah, growing up, I never watched trailers for any movies, really. As a kid, I just went and watched movies like Pixar until I was able to like get on the internet. If it wasn't on TV, I didn't really see a trailer for it growing up until the internet came around and you could watch it on your phone at the hand, anytime you want. But
it looks, I think it is based on, like, because even in the Toy Story universe, there were like Buzz Lightyear commercials and stuff for the toy and stuff. So it's based on whatever that toy was based on. I guess.
So the toy was.
Buzz is because he fucking lives in a world with an evil robot.
Right.
But also,
are you talking about Zurg or are you talking about the cat?
Yes.
Okay, Zurg. I thought you were talking about the cat. Like that's the evil robot. Like that. What if that cat is like a Zurg plant? Like.
No. With like Zurg, it's just like they wouldn't make like a Buzz Aldrin toy that had this whole fictional extended universe. I don't understand.
Oh, they totally
But good
would.
use of the Bowie in the trailer. I did enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my lower third not working? What is going on with this?
Joy asks that question every day.
But yeah, like, I mean,
I left myself when
I first heard about them doing a Buzz Lightyear movie, I was like, so is he going to be toy in this movie still, or what? I didn't know at first. I didn't know at first until I saw the trailer, and I was like, oh, but he's a toy.
Like, they really went, okay, we skimmed by with Toy Story 4 working, but people were like real hesitant about that one.
Right.
The movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
How do we milk it without it feeling like we're milking it?
I don't know. If it looks,
Buzz Lightyear is real.
Well, that's the question. But does it look good? Do you think it looks good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
check it out.
I know I said I was going to keep this a tight, like 5, but real quick.
Real fast.
Direct to Disney Plus. Do you think they're going to do it? Do you think, because all of their Pixar, which is the engine that's been really. You said you don't think it will?
I think it'll go to theaters.
You think?
I think for something in the Toy Story franchise, it's too big a potential cash cow.
I think. I mean, with all of the last movies going directly to Disney Plus, which is I agree. This is going to theaters, but if it does go to Disney Plus, there will be a revolution. There's going to be a riot from the Pixar team. Will probably get Bob Chapek and just, I don't know, pitch him out of it.
Part of it is that they felt like, because I think a lot of it might have to do with how the pandemic.
Oh no, it's definitely about. Oh, definitely, and it's the fact that it's a family movie.
If Disney is like especially wary of that because they feel like it's a bad look to feel like they're encouraging kids to like go.
Yeah, they might be trying to be more protective because it's obviously more geared towards kids, and if parents go, then they're taking their kids. But
they didn't account for me.
They didn't.
Childless millennials.
It's like, but it's like for Marvel, they did it with one of them with Black Widow, and they kind of like go back and forth. Okay, that didn't really work out so well.
We know what that led to.
Yeah, what that led to. But it's like constantly. They should at least. I felt like at least for the last Pixar movie, they would have at least tested the water. Like, let's try to see if we can.
When's the release on Lightyear? Is that this summer?
It says summer, yeah.
But the next Pixar movie,
the first one to like test the waters, trying to get back into main, like.
Yeah,
I mean, look what Spider-Man just did.
Exactly,
I'm sure there was tons of kids when
which
saw
is
that
why
movie.
they test. There's another movie coming out before Lightyear, which is that Red Tail movie.
Oh yeah,
and I know a movie family film is going to be a success when my kids are very picky about which movies they would. That is a movie that they're like, no, we want to go to the theaters to see that. And I was like, well, they haven't said that about a Pixar movie. Like, I was like, you want to see Soul? Oh, yeah, we'll watch it on Disney Plus. That's fine. We want to see this other movie? Yeah, we'll watch it on Disney Plus. When they saw the
dinosaur,
right? Exactly. Oh, don't get us started on that. But when they saw the trailer for Red Tail, they freaked out.
Nice.
And they wanted to go to the theater to see that. And then like, oh, going to Disney Plus. I was like,
I know, that was disappointing.
That was disappointing. But
I mean, but it's like we said earlier before the show, how like that could be the new like straight to TV movie.
Yes.
How like that could be like
I feel like the taking a movie to direct to streaming is the new is a signal that like what it was back in the day when a movie would come out and go straight to VHS or go straight to DVD or be $5 at Walmart or something like that.
I disagree a little bit because I feel like that's such an indication of a lack of quality. I feel like we're just losing a market for like mid-tier movies, like mid-budget comedies and smaller budget, like, you know, little more intimate films. And I feel like it's not any statement on the quality. I think we're just going to see more and more of those popping up and still really good. I mean, you know, we'll talk a bit just looking at the Oscar nominations. You have stuff that were streaming releases and have had stuff that were streaming releases that are massive Oscar contenders. So I feel like you compare it to direct to video, that implies like
it's no, not on, no, you're right. Like not on the quality factor of it, because a lot of these movies deserved to go to theater. But I feel like when I say it's the equivalent, it's not that I'm not necessarily talking about the quality. What I am worried about is how can I say it? Like when you know a movie is going straight to like HBO Max or Disney Plus or something like that, then you know, oh, it's at my fingertips. Anytime I want to see it, I can watch it whenever I want to. Right. 1 month later, I still haven't seen Dune.
Yeah,
I still haven't watched that movie.
Water coolery in the same way.
Yeah,
like, because Spider-Man was in theaters, there was like a really active like.
Right, I needed to go out there. I put a suit and tie on to watch that movie.
Exactly.
We went to the drive-in because we were scared.
Right. What was you saying, Dan?
So basically, I know it could be something about maybe like the people who made the movie don't believe in it that well, and I mean that could be a thing they're thinking too. But like, just test it out. You know, you'll make. I'm sure.
Well, Spider-Man is already showed us. Like people are ready to go back to the theater. It depends on the movie.
Almost $2 billion now.
Yeah, I think
pending something wild happening with COVID, I think by this summer they'll.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's.
I feel like it needs to be at least a month in theaters by itself, not streaming and in theater at the same time. At least a month. And
this
only.
one, what was the next one we were talking? It was going straight to Peacock and to theater. What was that movie we were?
The Firestarter.
We're about to talk about that. Yeah. So we just saw the trailer to Firestarter. I watched it.
It said Peacock and theaters.
And that little girl looks just like what's her name? I just had her name. The original Firestarter. What's her name? Drew Barrymore. She kind of looks like Drew Barrymore when she was a little kid. She looked just kind of like her. It looks interesting. It's like Halloween Kills. It's going to theaters and to Peacock. But usually when that happens, like some people, especially the ones who have Peacock, Cock Max is what some people call it. It's like, I'm like, I don't have to, go to the theaters and watch it. Like I said, I got it at home. I'll watch it whenever I feel like it. Right. Kind of a thing. Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like it hurts good movies. Like that looks like a good movie to me. Yeah. But moving on to I'm sorry.
It's kind of like, I'll just watch it when I have free time.
Yeah.
It's no rush to go run off to a theater and have that excitement.
And then just like me, in the meantime, I still haven't seen Dune. I've lied and I said that I've told Sarah that I've watched Dune. I think I know a conversation. I pretend like I saw it. I didn't technically say it out loud, but let me just be honest with Sarah. Sorry, I still have not watched Dune. And then when I wanted to go watch it, it was already taken off of HBO Max. So
yeah. Yeah, I want to watch that in theaters.
I gotta watch it now because it's nominated for an Oscar. We're talking about that later. And then the last topic, I'm sorry I stretched that out, but that was a good conversation though. But the last thing I wanted to talk about was, I kept up with this. I don't know if you guys have the whole thing with, for those of you who don't know about what's going on with Spotify, Joe Rogan and The Rock. Okay. So look real quick. I love now you know why I called it. Cause I say it when in real conversation. So real quick, let me say what happened. It's my new catchphrase.
Can I just peace out for a minute?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so,
I'm just so very tired. I know what's going on. I'm just so very tired of thinking about it.
So what happened? So Joe Rogan under some hot water for his misinformation about COVID, and then what was the artist that boycotted by pulling his music off of
Neil Young.
Neil Young pulled his music off of Spotify in protest. Not saying that, hey, you can continue to do business with Joe Rogan if you want. We're not trying to censor Joe Rogan, but I can choose for myself, my platform, my music, to not put my stuff on Spotify. And Joe Rogan gave an explanation of, he's like, hey, I have these doctors on my show and they say they have their opinion. The science changes all that. He gave his excuse. And then The Rock decided to chime in and goes, that excuse, I'm paraphrasing, but that excuse was good enough. That I'm glad you articulated that so well. I can't wait to get on your show, which triggered a lot of people on Twitter to then go do a deep dive onto Joe Rogan on the what now is up to like 90 times he's used the N-word on his show and bring that up to The Rock. And they were like, really, Rock? You really want to attach your car to this train?
That many times. I mean, one's bad.
The first I heard about it, it was 70. The second time I heard about it, the count was up to 90. Spotify then, instead of, because at first with the COVID stuff, it was like, well, we'll just put a disclaimer before those episodes for people who were worried about it. But for the N-word episodes, it's like, nope. We're moving that off the platform. Totally getting censored that way and that one, right? And then The Rock does what The Rock is famous for doing, because he's got to protect his brand. He totally backpedaled. That Rock went rolling back. So he was like, thank you for being a friend, traveling down the road and back again and bringing this to my attention. I did not know about this. So I totally am not going to be, having, he said he couldn't wait to be on the Joe Rogan show, have a cigar with him and I'll be on the show. Now it's like, Joe Rogan who? Never heard of him.
And is there something with The Rock now? They're saying they want to cancel him because of him acting on wrestling.
You can't cancel The Rock.
I know, but there's something he did when he was in wrestling.
It's not happening, Dave.
I know it's not going to happen. I know it's not happening. People are trying for something to happen when he was in wrestling. Like, it's just acting. And like, there's something I don't remember exactly what it was, but something that he did.
Yeah. It was the 90s.
He was wrestling.
Right.
Well, he was like
The Rock. While he was The Rock, it was the 90s. Whatever it was, he did that. Whatever it was, he did it. But that was the form. It was the Attitude Era. Yeah. Vince McMahon himself said the N-word on WWE as a joke, because he was like supposed to be going senile, and he went up to John Cena and said,
especially like they're in a movie.
They were like, he was trying to act hip. He walks up to John Cena and goes, "What up, ma?" And he says it. And John Cena gives him this look like, what the hell? And it was supposed to be a gimmick, like a thing.
Right. Like,
so if anybody's going to get canceled, it better be Vince McMahon. Exactly. But it's just funny how, I just thought it was kind of funny how the backpedaling kind of went on. But I don't know if you guys have anything else to add on to it. I just thought I'd just bring it up.
We're talking about Charlie.
I forgot. Charlie Cox. Did you guys see? Charlie Cox was he was in an interview, and he was saying that he wants to be in the MCU he wants to play Daredevil until the day he's died.
Yeah, of course he does.
He's an actor. Amy, wouldn't you want to play Daredevil?
Oh, twist my arm. I guess I'll take this Marvel money as long as they'll let me.
Right.
This is crazy. It's this crazy thing I'm willing to do.
I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit and play a very popular character.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, America.
Like, as he was saying that quote, he was just like Googling vacation homes in the other tab. Like, yeah, I'd love to play Daredevil again.
Me and Daniel were talking about first time watching. And when I'm trying to get Joy to do a first time watching a bunch of movies that she hasn't watched, there's a first time watching that I'm going to release that I've already recorded. That I recorded when I had COVID in 2020. I'm definitely got to do a disclaimer first, because my beard. Amy, do you remember the beard? Yeah. I recorded when I had the beard. But the reason why I bring it up is because Charlie Cox was in a movie that people love. Was it like Stardust or something like that? Was this movie called? It's like a romance movie. I think it's on Netflix, called Stardust. And people are saying that it's the modern version of The Princess Bride. It says people are saying it's that good. They're comparing it to The Princess Bride, the 21st century version of The Princess Bride. And Charlie Cox is in it. I think Henry Cavill is in it. If I'm not wrong. But I have never watched it, and I was like, "That's a good comparison." And
Did it live up to the hype?
People,
are you gonna make me watch the video?
No, I haven't watched it. I'm thinking about recording myself watching it and doing a first time watching Stardust. And maybe if Daniel's here, if you want to, you can join us. Maybe we can Zoom that.
That'd be fun. Be like here.
I saw the no eyebrows go up. No, thank you.
Yeah, here it says for Charlie.
Who's in it?
It says this is about his MCU. There are some really interesting stories that I love for the character to explore. I don't want to sound greedy, but I hope I get to do loads more. Hope I get to be involved way, way, way more for many years. Hope it never ends. Hope it gets to the point where people are like, "You were too old to be playing this part." Yeah. It feels like he wants to be in it for a long time.
Which is him just auditioning for Kevin Feige and saying, "Please, I just you saw how people went crazy when I appeared in Spider-Man, so."
I feel like
such a smart attitude, though. I feel like you see so many actors who, like, the second they get the big break, are like, "Now I want to do something edgy," and it's like, just take the work while the work is there.
Yeah.
Right.
Go do a play.
It's smart.
When you're like on, when you have downtime from that project. But
exactly.
For Christ's sake, you got it. You got the gold ring world. Like, as an actor, it's just sometimes like, I want to respect your artistic morals and ideals and holding yourself to a high standard, but just go take the $3 million.
Just put on this mask and
what the hell?
Just be a damn superhero. Stop trying to be so meta. But
I feel like he's doing it for the joy of it. It feels like
that sounded like he really enjoyed it, and it's actually smart because it came right after Tom Holland was saying in another interview. Tom Holland was like, "I don't know if I'll be playing Spider-Man in my 30s," and then here comes Charlie Cox like, "I'll play this damn character until you tell me I can't play it anymore. I don't give a damn." Like, that's smart.
There is something to be said for, like, I get it a bit more when Tom Holland says it because he is still so young, and it's like, you don't want to be branded the rest of your career for this one thing. Like, he's got to go do the edgy movie so people take him seriously. But like,
but then Sony is like, there's the whole other trilogy with Tom Holland.
Yeah, if here's a dump truck full of money, Tom. Now what do you say?
Can we back that up to your house?
Exactly.
So, I definitely be playing Spider-Man into my 30s.
Meanwhile, Michael Keaton is back as Batman.
Right, after 40 years.
Sometimes it comes back and you're like, you know what? I want to get back into it. So maybe Tom might do something like that. That would be Old Man Spider-Man. That might be cool. We might see it. But, hey, people are now asking for Andrew Garfield to get his third Spider-Man.
I think he totally deserves it.
I feel like with what Warner Brothers is doing, I feel like now it's safe for Marvel to have. Because at first I was like, you can't have two different actors playing the exact same character running at the same time. Mm-hmm. But now with Batman, they've proven yes you can.
Yeah.
You got Robert Pattinson and you got Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton coming back this year to play the damn character, and nobody's worried about it. So I guess we can do it. Let's go. Come on, Andrew. All right. Moving on from that was the longest real quick. That was the debut of real quick. That was I'm gonna definitely have to put that timer next
talking to the media
because I can get long-winded on stuff like that.
It's like we're like the quantum realm.
Yeah, but time moves differently on the real quick segment. But guys, just in case if you I guess I'll do it like with my version of a commercial. So so guys, if you want to catch Talking to the Medias, and if you don't have time to catch it live when we're all together here, you can catch Talking Through the Medias on podcasts. Go to Google Podcasts. You can listen to us on Spotify, on Amazon, now on Amazon Music, on Audible, and SoundCloud and Apple iTunes if you want to catch the show. If you can't catch it live during the show. Also, remember to like, subscribe, share your thoughts during the show while we monitor the comments because we want to hear them. To help support the growth of this channel, you can become a YouTube member for exclusive send questions and topics anytime by tipping at streamlabs.com/T3media/tips. You can also become a Patreon. During the live show, you can easily tip in questions via Super Chat or donate on Twitch to give us more things to discuss. And we thank you for your support. And guys, let's talk. Let's go into the. I had a whole sound ready to queue up. I guess I'll just say it. And now our feature presentation. I had that sound set up.
That'd be cool.
But it's not cool because I don't have it queued up, so it just sucks now. I wanted to be a voiceover actor, but I don't think I have the voice. Well, how did that sound? And you're the professional. And now our feature presentation. How did that? Let's get
that's pretty spot on.
That's. Oh, is that bad?
Do you want my honest feedback or
not anymore?
when you start it like that, it's always gonna be something wrong.
She gave me that Tucker Carlson look, like what? Like really, Chris?
No, it was fine, Chris. It was great.
Great rock roll back there. But as far as our feature presentation, we're going to talk about the Oscars. Oops, I've got the wrong graphic up again. Let's talk about the Academy Award nominees.
You're not even putting me on the screen anymore.
Yes, that was all the time we had
Oscar
for. No, I just clicked the wrong one. My bad. Oops. I'm sorry. Did I forget the camera was on? But let's talk about the Oscar nominees. Unless, is anybody monitoring the chats? I forgot to do that. Want to make sure. Yeah, so some chats are rolling in, and I forgot to double check that real quick. See, I say real quick a lot, so it makes sense that I created that segment.